So, hello everyone, and welcome you all in the next lecture of set theory. So, today we will start the inclusion exclusion principle. According to this principle, suppose there are two finite sets, capital A and capital B. Since these are finite, so their union and intersection both will be finite. And the number of elements in A union B, or the cardinality of A union B, is equals to n of A, the number of elements in A, plus the number of elements in B minus the number of element in A intersection B. That is, we find the number of elements in A and B, that is both, by first adding number of elements in A, then number of elements of B. That means first add the number of elements in A and B, that is called, this addition is called inclusion. And then subtracting the common element in A and B, that is called exclusion. Since why we are subtracting this? Since its elements were counted twice. So that is called the inclusion exclusion principle. So here the theorem can be extended for three sets. Suppose there are three finite sets, capital A, capital B, and capital C, and its union, since all are finite, so union will be finite, and the number of elements in these union will be equal to number of elements in A plus n of B plus n of C minus the number of elements in the intersection of A and B, A and C, and B and C, and plus the number of elements in A intersection B intersection C. So that is the extension of the inclusion exclusion principle for the three sets. Now we are taking the examples of this principle. First example is, suppose a list capital A that contains 30 students in mathematics and a list B which contains the 35 students in an English class. And suppose there are 20 names which are included in both lists. So find out the number of students, that is only in list A, only in list B, in both the lists, and in exactly one list. So you have to find out these four parts. So first of all, we are taking the part in which we have to find out the number of students only in list A. Now look, since list A has 30 names, right, and 20 names, they are in both the list. That means they are present in A and B both. Since we have to find out the names which are included only in list A, so we have to remove those common elements. So we are subtracting the elements 20 which are also present in B, that is 30 minus 20. So here 10 names are only in list A. Similarly, here we have to find out the names of the students, or sorry, the number of the students which are included in list B. For that one, we are subtracting the elements, the common elements which are 20 from the set of B, which is 35. So 35 minus 20, that means there are 15 students which are only in list B. Now the third is in both the lists. That means you have to find out the number of elements in A union B. So here we are using inclusion exclusion principle, according to which number of elements in A union B is equals to number of A plus number of B minus n of A intersection B. So write down all the terms. Now it would be 30 plus 35 minus 20. So calculate that one, it is 45. So 45 names are there which are included in both the lists. Last part, there is find out the number of students which are included, which includes only in one list. So here from the part A and part B, since 10 names they are only in A, 15 names those are included only in B. So total 25 names are there that are included only in one list. That means in another way you can write down that one in forms of symmetric difference also. The number of elements in the symmetric difference A, symmetric difference B, and that will be equal to 20. All the parts you can find out by using the Venn diagram also. Look at here. Now there are 30 elements which are included in A, 35 elements or the number of students which are included in list B, and 20 are there which are included in both the lists. So first part was you have to find out the number of elements or the number of students which are included in only the list A. That means from this 30 students you have to remove this 20. 30 minus 20, that means 10. That means only 10 are there which are included here in list A. Similarly for the list B, 35 minus 20, they will be here in list B, they will be 15. Third part was write down the number of students which are included only in one list. So from here, in one list A, 10 students are there. In list B, 15 are there. Add both the terms, list A and list B. So there will be total 25 students which are included only in one list. Uh, there is another part there you have to find out the number of students which are included in both the list. For that one we have used the inclusion exclusion principle. According to that one, I add down 30 and 35, 30 plus 35, and removing that 20 part here, since this is included two times, one from the list A and second from the list B. That is the number of students included in both the lists. Next example here, which is each student in a liberal art at some college has a mathematics requirement capital A and a science requirement capital B. A poll of 140 students shows that 60 completed A, 45 completed B, 20 completed both A and B. So find the number of students who have completed at least one of A and B, exactly one of A or B, or neither A or B. So that one you have to find out. So for the first part, this is at least one of A and B. That means here you have to find out number of elements in A union B, since there is at least one of A and B, and that will give you the term by number of elements in A union B. So by the inclusion exclusion principle, this is number of elements in A plus number of elements in B minus the number of elements in A intersection B. So first write down the related terms. That means the number of students in list A or the completed the task A, that is the 60. N of B is 45. N of A intersection B is 20. And since a pool of 140 students are there, so that is your universal set. So the number of universal set is 140. So write down all the terms here. For the first part, at least one of A and B, those who have completed the task. The number of those students are 60 plus 45 minus 20, that is 85. For the bth part, exactly one of A or B. That will give you by the symmetric difference of A and B. Now look, since 20 completed both A and B, here are the terms. That is n intersection A is so that is here. So n of A intersection B is 20. Now 60 minus 20, since 20 are common. So out of 60, 60 minus 20, that means 40 completed A but not B. That means this part 40, that is your n of A difference B. That means 40. Similarly, 45 minus 20, we have removing the common terms. That means 25, they completed B but not A. So that is the term number of elements of B difference A, that is 25. So by the rule of number of element in symmetric difference, that will be the number of elements A difference B plus number of element B difference A. So that is 40 plus 25, that means is 65. For the third part, this is neither A nor B. For that one, that is number of elements in A complement intersection B complement. So that is by the rule, it is number of A union B complement, which is n of universal set minus n of A union B. Write down the related terms. It is 140 minus 85, that means 55. This represents the Venn diagram for the last example. So by here, the usual meaning of those parts will be clear. Another example, in a survey of 120 people, it was found that 65 read newspaper Newsweek magazine, 20 read both Newsweek and Time magazine, 45 read only Time, 25 read both Newsweek and Fortune, 42 read Fortune, and 15 read both Time and Fortune, and the last 8 they read all the three magazines. So in the first part you have to find the number of the people who read at least one of the three magazines. So where the term at least, that means there you have to find out the union. That means you have to find out the number of the people who read Newsweek, Times and Fortune, all the three, at least of all the terms. So here N union T union F, that is called the number of people who read at least one of these three magazines. So first we are writing the symbolic in the symbolic form, that is the number of the people who read Newsweek. It is equals to 65. Number of people who read Times are 45. Number of people who read Fortune are 42. Number of people who read Newsweek and Times both, they are 20. The number of people who read Newsweek and Fortune, they are 25. Number of people who read Times and Fortune, they are 45. And the number of people who read all the three, they are 8. So by these all the symbols we will find out the related parts. In the first part, since we have to find out the number of people who read at least of one of the three magazines, so for that one we use inclusion exclusion principle. So that one is the number of N union T union F. By that extended version of inclusion exclusion principle, write down all the term, they are 100. For the second part, fill in the correct number of people in each of the 8 regions of the Venn diagram in figure A, where N, T, and F denotes the set of people who read Newsweek, Times, and Fortune, respectively. And for the third part, you have to find the number of people who read exactly one magazine. So first, we are going for the part B. That is the figure where you have to write down all the related terms. You have to fill up all the number of peoples here, here, here in the all the intersection part also. So first, since in this part, since that is the part, that means the here the number of people those read all the three magazines, and that are 8. This is given. So first we are going for these intersection part, here, here and here. For Newsweek and Times, those people who read Newsweek and Time. Newsweek and Time, but not the third one. So Newsweek and Time. So they are 20 minus the common. So 20 minus 8, that means they are 12. So 12 read Newsweek and Time, but not all three mentioned. Similarly for Newsweek and Fortune, take that intersection one part, this is given 25 there, and remove that 8. So 25 minus 8. That is the part here where Newsweek and Fortune peoples are there, but not the third one. Similarly, now for Times and Fortune. So take their intersection part first, that is 15 given there. So number of people who read Times and Fortune are given 15, but not the third one. So for that one, we have removed 15 minus 8. So that is 7. So 7 read Times and Fortune, but not all the three magazines. Now, those people who read only Newsweek, for that one, number of elements or the number of people who read Newsweek was 65. So 65 minus 12 minus 8 and minus 17. That will give you the number of people who read only Newsweek magazine. Similarly for Time and the Fortune. How we have find out this one? This is 65, the number of people of the newspaper reader, Newsweek reader, minus that 12. 12 is that Newsweek and Times reader. Newsweek and Times reader, that means that part. That is given here 12. This common part is 8 and that part is 17. So out of this 65, you have removed this 12, you have removed this 8 and this one 17. So only 28 people are there who read only Newsweek. Similarly for the Times one, We have taken the first of all the number of reader of the Times magazine, that is 45. Then remove this intersection part, which is 12. Removed all the three magazines reader, that means 8, and this part, this is 7. So that is 18 here. And similarly for the last part, this is out of this 42, remove 17, 8, and that 7 part. So that will give you only the fortune reader. And now those people who read no magazines abroad at all. Since total there are 120, and in the last part we have taken that those part which is 100. So out of those 120, subtract 100. That means 20 readers are there. They do read none of the magazines. That's the end of today's lecture. Thanks. Thank you to all of you.